What's going on, everybody? It's Josh here with Zero Gravity, and I got some important stuff to go over today, as well as we have earnings in the morning tomorrow before market opens. I'm super excited, super pumped. As we've been watching, Palantir has been getting beat down almost daily. I want to go over a few of the reasons why I think that's happening, a few of the things I'm looking forward to, and a few of the things I'm watching. So, as always, if you have a minute, go ahead and smash the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please take a minute to do that too. So first thing, I picked up a little bit of good financial advice off the internet here. So I wanted to play a quick video for you to let you guys aware and see these huge opportunities that are out there.
Red line, right? Say this is the trend line right here, okay? So this is the 200-day MA. It goes like this, like that, yada, 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 like that, okay? So you want to see, say it's riding the trend line right here. It's going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. And then here comes the red. I'm going to ride you it sideways. But it's coming back down, coming back down, coming back down. And you want to wait for the confirmation, okay? Because it could just keep breaking. It could just keep busting out of it, okay? But usually if something like Tesla or a stock like that, say this is your resistance level, and this is your support level, right? And it's something where I know you guys see these where it's literally just like bang, 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 like this all day, okay? So, and what you want to do is if you miss this, right? If you miss the bottom here, say you're looking at it and it's right here, you don't just want to say, oh, I'm going to get in this now and, you know, I'm going to let it ride, right? I'm going to get in here, okay? Well, the only downside to that is, okay, so this is your entry point, right? Ignore this line. This is just where you entered right here, this line. So right here, say you want to set your profits for up here, right? Say anything that closes up here, say you plan on taking profits when it...
Anyways, I'm never surprised by the kind of cool stuff I can find on YouTube. But anyways, he does go on to give some pretty good financial advice in there. And that financial advice is, please do not seek YouTube for financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. You can come here to get other people's ideas, thoughts, and opinions, but please do your own DD. All right, let's get started. So as I said, over the past few days, Palantir has definitely been taking a beating. It has broke the previous resistance that we were kind of watching here in the 2130 range, and it has continued lower, which is kind of shocking going right into earnings, as earnings is tomorrow, and today, of course, is a down day. So it leads you to believe that everybody thinks that earnings is going to be, you know, worse than what is anticipated or what is expected. So a lot of people are pushing the stock down in fear that earnings is going to be a flop. But if you watch some of my past videos and stuff, I'm pretty positive that they're going to have an absolute revenue beat. I think their margins are going to continue to increase. The only thing is, you know, with a high growth company such as Palantir, their entire focus is growing and expanding and putting this out as far as possible and getting in front of as many hands as possible, which takes a lot of money. You know, you have your salespeople you have to pay, as well as you have to work on advertising and, you know, setting up demos and competing in these large scale competitions in order to get new contracts. So a lot of money goes into that, and Palantir's entire focus right now, based on Theo, based on everything Karp has said, is we have a long-term focus. So I want to reiterate that, and that's kind of a few of the things I wanted to talk to you about today. So as we've seen, we had some huge bad news last week that brought this stock all the way down. We had a couple organizations out there that renewed their contracts with Palantir, absolutely just driving the stock price down. You know, we can't handle this much good news. You know, one of these days Palantir is going to go green, and it's going to go green hard. You know, we have received tons and tons of new contracts, plus we continue seeing these renewals of contracts, and yet our price keeps going down. So I personally think this is just getting better and better as far as a buying opportunity for the stock. Anything under $20, I'm going to anticipate my, you know, generally I put every 2 weeks money into my investment account. As long as this stock is under $20, every one of those contributions is going to be 100% Palantir, and I'm going to continue going with the stock purchases versus the options. I'm super heavily loaded on options, and I really don't need to probably put any more money in there, even though I do have the confidence it will go up. It is going to go up based on the market, so the market has to adjust their thought process. And right now we're seeing tons and tons of FUD in the market. With all the FUD, I think that's what a lot of what's driving the price down right now, is because a lot of the weak hands and stuff will see a lot of these news articles and stuff that are pumped out there, and it makes them get a little bit nervous. They lose a lot of their conviction that they originally had in the stock and the reason they purchased it in the first place, and they immediately sell out. Now, fundamentally, the company has only gotten stronger since last quarter, but all of a sudden, we see more and more, negative people speaking about Palantir in a negative light, and it's causing a lot of that fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's causing people to exit their positions here. Now, what I think, in my opinion, what's been happening over the last few days is almost every morning at market open, you've seen a huge push down, right? Almost every single day at open, you'll see these red candles just come out. Now, what makes you think people holding into earnings are waiting till days before and then they dump as soon as the market opens? That's not generally a thing that you're going to see with retail investors, which own 80% of this company right now. You're not going to see them dumping their shares at market open every morning, holding the previous day before, and then just dumping first thing in the morning. That's not something that your retail investors are doing. Generally, they would sell throughout the day or something like that. These are market dumps at the very beginning of the morning. Some of these are some of the insider sells, of course, that you probably know. But a lot of this, I believe, is just the market makers. And a lot of times you'll see it close right below a certain mark. Say Friday, where did it end up closing at 1980, right below 20, just so those $20 covered calls aren't getting hit. But anyways, we see these huge dumps in the mornings. And I think all this is, I actually watched on Fintel to watch the short shares available. And on Friday, this decreased to about 9 million. So there's at 100% at least a million, shares shorted. I watched as the short borrow fee went up, and I also watched as the short volume increased. So as you see, a lot of short volume coming in right now, and all I think that honestly is the market makers and stuff pushing out the weak hands. They come in first thing in the morning, especially this was a prime time as we were watching this previous resistance level here. They just come in, hit it hard with a short, million shares as soon as market open, and they catch a ton of the people that have their close stop losses and stuff close to the mark there, or right below that resistance level, and cause them to trigger a huge short and stop. So I think a lot of that is just them triggering the weak hands and shaking them out, honestly. Now, if you look at the stochastic, we're down here near the bottom. We should be preparing for another bounce upwards. The RSI is sitting right here at, what is that, 43 right now, looking like it might be getting prepared to cross that 50 line. And then we have earnings first thing in the morning. So the same thought process has stayed true with me. I think if we absolutely have a huge revenue beat, maybe that'll open a lot of these people's eyes and to see the possibilities with Palantir. I feel like that is our biggest miss right now, is Alex Karp and a lot of the other guys aren't well spoken enough to the public to let them know the capabilities that this company can do, which leaves a huge space and opportunity for people to come in with FUD and create some of that uncertainty about a lot of these people's investments. So as they're shaking out all the retail investors here with these, first thing in the morning shorts, institutions are still coming in and buying in large chunks and portions. So even though the market is going down, you're still seeing a lot of large purchases getting reported and coming in. And I think after this earnings call, I think we'll definitely see a lot more of those. And one of the biggest things I want to see is, of course, I want to see the revenue growth. I think it's gonna blow expectations out of the water. The margins, we are rolling out a ton of new contracts, and as you know, that first year or so is the most expensive. It's setting everything up, getting everything established is the most expensive, and a lot of these rollouts take up to a year to actually complete. Now, once that portion is complete, then we start making margin, we start making money, and then with those renewals, it's almost pure profit at that point. So as we're building up these new contracts, you have to remember, we're not going to see a lot of that money as far as profit goes until a year or 2 years or 3 years down the road. So you definitely want to see the margin growth. If we can see it, phenomenal. You absolutely want to see the revenue growth. Now, the other thing is the profit or earnings, which on a high growth company, if you truly want them to continue to grow, you continue to want them to get bigger, then you're going to want them reinvesting that money either in stock-based compensation, some of these option-based compensation, or you're going to want to reinvest in it into new contracts and new business. That's what you want from a company to be successful in the long term. So as I say, I'm not a financial advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is my opinion, not financial advice, but I honestly believe Palantir is still 100% as strong as ever. I haven't sold any of my positions, not even my options. I'm just fucking eating dirt with everybody else and enjoying it, because I'm going to keep buying Palantir heavy, and I'm going to continue to reinvest. If this thing was to ever go down to $10, I promise you I will be buying it heavier than ever. I appreciate each and every one of you. I just made this quick video to keep you updated. I had some people out there getting worried about me, making sure something had happened. Just want to let you know I'm still here. I'm still holding. I'm still rocking. I'll see you guys in the morning for the earnings call. Good luck. Let's get it.